I met a gypsy.
Not judging, but like my standards for
Yeah.
what you were about to say every time it went to you,
Right.
I was like,
He better say something.
I'm really leaning in. Like, what's he fucking gonna say?
Right? And that's what everybody, I think, why we're on that subject, I think that type of mentality is why a lot of these commentators, like why guys get crapped on.
Yeah.
Weege gets shit on.
Really?
Yeah,
Have you
I
seen-
see Weege get everybody that's
Yeah.
done TV gets shit on. Period. And I think it gets to a point where it's almost people are looking. If you're looking for, just like when you watch a movie, like as a movie critic, you go in and you're looking for things wrong. And you're not going to really enjoy the movie because you're going to notice every little thing wrong. Like somebody like us, we go in and see a movie, we want to buy it.
Yeah.
We want to buy it.
Yeah.
Like that's what the movie plays on. The fact that we want to buy what they're selling, right? And I think with broadcasters, it gets to a point where people are, especially when they're around a long time, people go into it already being like wanting to find fault, and you're always going to find it.
Yeah, and I think too the weird thing with the commentary as well, right? So my ultimate card when people don't like this podcast is I just go, hey, don't watch it.
Yeah.
You clicked it.
It's very subjective.
Yeah, and you made a choice to come here. There's nothing
Nobody's
here
holding a
that
gun to
you
your
have
head.
to watch this,
Yeah.
right? But with the broadcasting, well, they're watching the Supercross. You know what I mean? So it's like they want to watch the racing, and then the commentary and the broadcast team is like a layer on top.
Sometimes, yeah, we've also had a majority. I would say we can talk about the crap talk, of course, because that's what sticks out in our mind, right? But there's been so much good feedback recently, I think, and having RC and Stu in the booth, like to have guys like two of maybe the best to ever do it be up in the booth and like bench racing about what's happening. I feel like that. I mean, it's like having, Messi and Ronaldo calling a soccer game, right? It doesn't have like we got to be grateful for that.
Yeah.
I mean, this stuff takes a lot of time and effort and energy. These guys could be doing anything they want.
Well, I think
they could be doing anything they want.
That's the big thing, and Ricky ain't gonna do it forever because he's got a whole other life to live.
Yeah, I mean, he can go and do literally anything.
He's giving us a service. Like he really is he's doing us a service. You know what I mean? Like there's going to be a point in time where he's just not going to want to go to 31 races a year or
it's a lot.
18 or whatever it is,
Most of the time we're flying on Thursday too.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Oh, bro, I was over it after 3 weeks. And like
really?
And the feeling of having to go, like I never get the feeling of like I have to go somewhere,
For sure.
So to be like locked in, I was like, fuck, this is a drag.
It's a lot.
I can't get out. If I just don't feel like it, I can't get out of this.
Yeah.
So like for him to put himself out there, like he's only doing it because he loves this sport and he does have an incredible voice. He's the most winning rider of all time. And it's like, let the dude do his thing and deliver the information that he has. He's not a broadcaster first. He's a rider first. He's the best rider ever.
But he has
first.
more exactly. And with being the GOAT comes an amount of credibility that maybe it's because it's been so long since he raced that people. But I mean, you go back and you watch those races. I mean, this guy has probably more knowledge of how to win a dirt bike race than anybody ever. Ever.
Gnarly.
If you sit there and talk to RC, it's like, wow. He's got a lot. So I'm always hanging on every word the guy says. Stu too.
Yeah.
I think that we had of course I would love, that's my goal. Like everybody knows, I would love to get up there one day, right? But people come up to me, when I'm at the track and they're like, well, when are you going to be in the booth? And I'm like, we have Ricky Carmichael and James Stewart in the booth. Like I'll get there whenever I can, I guess, right? But I don't have those credentials, right? Like I have to be so dialed. Like I have to get a lot better before I go in there. Like I could go and do it right now and be decent, but it takes time and effort. And even Ricky was down. Like Ricky did trackside reporting at one point too. Like people forget, but he kind of grinded his way to get in that position as well. It takes time. So yeah, massive respect for everybody there. Like I said, it's just so cool I feel more like camaraderie doing it. like where I'm at now than I did racing.
Yeah.
And I loved my team. Like I loved Cowie was great, right? I just feel the group just vibes together so well.
Yeah, and I think that's been one cool thing about this year. Like obviously before this year, because I hadn't been back here and I hadn't been at Supercrosses in the position that I'm in now. I just don't think I kind of understood like the crew and the group. Like there is like, what is Supercross? Supercross is a group of people in a company that come together, that rent a stadium, fill it with dirt, and put on a race. And then they do it basically 17 weekends in a row, right? So it's like, that's all it is. It's just people. Yep. It's good people trying to do a really fucking hard job. And I think that was one of the big perspectives that I got this year from going to the races, is like, it's the same people that grinding every week. I'm getting emails at fucking 11 p.m. every single Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You know, you got people like Joe that's just like, here's your parking pass, bro. I'm like, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get probably 40 emails during the week leading up to a race.
Yeah.
There's so many, and even, man, if some of these fans that are shitting on the broadcast, if they sat in the TV truck and watched all this stuff go down, man, it is
chaos. Organized
chaos, and a lot of people doing a damn good job too.
Yeah.
So I mean, of course, everything can always be better. Like I have, JB and I have a lot of ideas of stuff we can do with the pre and post show. I thought it was great we were able the last couple of races to have. We had Hunter on the set right after his win, which was awesome. It's just raw, kind of like Monday Night Football vibes. Like just throw on the headset.
Yep.
And Hunter was great.
Yep.
Hunter's low-key great interview. And then at the last race, having Jett and Hayden on there, I think there's a whole lot we can do. And there's even a little segment where we were showing some of the highlights from the race when Jett was on, right? And I think it would be really cool to have the rider break down the highlights. And they do it in golf a lot. Like, you know, what club were you hitting here? What were you thinking? What was going through your head? I think there's a lot that we can do with that. You know, the pre-race show, you could be breaking down the last race and really setting it up. I really think it gives the event a big feel to it.
Yep.
And yeah, I definitely think can't say too much, but I think we've got some fun stuff.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.